Hey, I'm Andrew Bacon, and today I'm unboxing my giant, most expensive Makita shop vac on today's episode of Field Treasure Designs. So I debated getting a professional dust extractor for the longest time. They are super expensive, and I just didn't know how much better they are. So I'm excited to open this thing up and see for myself. But real quick, in the background there, you can see the orange bucket that's the top of my dust separator cart that I did with my rigid shop vac. I used that for a long time, and I also have a video on that as well. But this is now a huge upgrade to a professional shop vac. So here it is. But before I get into further, it's probably best for me to read the instructions. Nah. Let's just dive right in. So I unclipped the two sides and pulled off the top, which is the motor and the filtration system. And it's pretty heavy, but it feels really solid and well built. At first, I had no idea what this dongle was. What is the dongle? Haha, don't worry, I'll explain later. So the vac comes with a wet bag and a fleece bag. It also has a really good wand, which goes with the hose that I showed earlier. Here's a quick look inside. So it's super spacious. It's going to hold a lot of dust and debris. Now I have to admit, I did not know much about fleece bags in shop vacs until now. And so this is a really cool concept if you're unfamiliar. And it's exactly like you see. There's a hole there that attaches inside so that all of the debris and dust comes into that bag and the air flows through it. That way it traps everything in that bag, keeping your container nice and clean. And when you're done, you just throw away the fleece bag. And that's why that dongle is there, so it hangs behind, drawing the air through the bag. As another bonus for the shop vac is it's a self-cleaning filter process, which means it will vibrate for those two filters to clean themselves out and drop any debris that gets caught in them. Now, obviously, with the fleece bag system, this is almost not even needed, but it's a great extra backup. And as you can see there, there's the two filters. They're super easy to change. They snap in and out, and you can clean them easily. Putting the motor back on is no problem. There's a nice handle there that's great for setting it on top as well as to move it around when you're rolling it around your shop. And yeah, it just drops right in there and clicks back together, and yeah, it's good to go. Super easy. The on-off knob is really nice because it's big and easy to grab. It's got variable speed as well as an auto on and off if you plug in a tool to that receptacle in that black box to the left there. Sorry, my hand totally blocked it. So now I want to turn it on and show you how it sounds. I'm not sure if it's going to work with the video here, but part of the reason I bought this vac is because it is so much more quiet than a typical shop vac. The suction really is amazing. I'm blown away by how powerful it is. It's actually hard to tell, but the sound from the end of the hose is louder than the shop vac itself. So now I want to try to compare the sound on video to my new shop vac with my shop vac dust extractor separator cart in the background there. It's definitely hard to tell the difference on the microphone, but it is a ton quieter, I can guarantee that. So there it is. Man, it is an awesome vacuum. That hose is really good. It rolls around really easily. I am super pumped about this thing so far. So now I want to test out how it cleans. Oh, also the cord is actually really nice as well, so that's always a good feature. It's really easy to grab, and so I grabbed that top handle and brought it down. And like I said earlier, the casters are really well, so it rolls around. Unfortunately, it doesn't roll under my Polk workbench, but that's okay. The plastic housing on the back is removable, but I like it because you can wrap your cord around it and you can also store your hose attachments. Here's another quick compare of sound and style and size just to kind of help you out. Again, you can't really tell with the noise. Something to pay attention to here though is that pulsing to auto clean the filter, which is pretty cool. So yeah, again, that really didn't help you, I'm sure, but I can tell you that the Makita is quieter. So I hooked up the hose and let's do some dust extracting. So the first tool I wanted to test out with the new dust extractor was my Makita track saw. So the first thing I noticed was that the standard hose that came with the Makita vacuum did not fit the Makita track saw, which I find super weird that these are not spec'd to work together. So thankfully I had already purchased a Bosch shop vac hose on Amazon, which I'll link to below if you want to find it, and it fits perfectly. It's also high quality and bends around really well. So here's me replacing the standard shop vac hose with the new Bosch one into the extractor itself. As you can see, I've got my helper there as usual, always teaching him new trades and skills. And I turned it on and he says, oh, it's loud, which again, that was really one of my big selling points of the vacuum, was that it is quieter. But I do have to report that the sound out of the end of the hose, because of the suction power, is still pretty loud. So you're gonna wanna use ear protection for sure. So now I'm rocking and rolling with my dust extractor hooked up to my track saw, and I can already tell it is taking up so much of the sawdust. But there's still a few flakes flying at the camera, you can see. But as we get done and as I check it out and try to look at the ground and the track, there's really not much there. Check this out. I mean, there's obviously dust and sawdust and some, little pieces, but in general, it works incredibly to cut down on dust. So now I wanted to check out inside the vacuum after I had loaded it up with a little bit of sawdust to see how it looks. And I mean, it isn't even affected. It's like there's no sign of anything going on. And so all of that dust gets caught in that fleece bag right there. The air comes through that dongle and cycles back up through. And I'm telling you, this thing, wow, I was so impressed with the first time around on this. So far, it's looking really, really good. If you're gonna invest in a really good shop vac, I think you should also get good accessories. So Makita has this awesome accessory set. It's got extension wands that are made out of metal, as well as a vacuum attachment and some other end attachments that I think are really useful. So here I am unboxing and then unpackaging them all and getting ready to test them all out. Let's do this. So here's the vacuum attachment. Man, watch this thing go. It was funny because for the first time I felt like vacuuming my shop was like vacuuming inside my house, by using this kind of attachment. Obviously I had poured a ton of sawdust on the ground and didn't really know, the clearance factor and all that, but the suction power is just awesome. And so, yeah, I can tell I'm gonna really like vacuuming the shop more this way than using just the plastic, wide attachment that you drag across the ground, Kind of like this little attachment I'm going to put on here right now, but I wanted to test this little guy out and see how he did as well. It actually has a little pad to keep that clearance a little bit above the ground, and it really works well. So now I'm just testing around my miter station to kind of show you how it, cleans up that local area, just that standard shop cleanup. And yeah, just like my other shop vac, it does the job, perfectly well. So now it's been about a month of use, and I just wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like. I have not emptied the shop vac yet, so a little bit of dust kind of came off of that connection there with the hole, but as you can see, the filter is like new clean, and then the fleece bag and the internal bucket is just awesome. It's so weird to have a vacuum with such a clean interior, So one of the things I've always wondered about fleece bags is, do I want to keep up with having to continue to buy them? And so a lot of them don't come with like a zipper feature or a Velcro feature. And I think that's because they don't want to lose, you don't want to let all the dust kind of fall out of the bag, which would render the fleece bag kind of useless. So here I am trying to show you about how much dust I've collected over time. And then I'm actually experimenting with the idea of kind of dumping out that sawdust through the hole to see if I can continue to use these fleece bags maybe a little bit longer than their typical life. And so we'll kind of see what happens here. So that's about how much sawdust I had in there, which is quite a bit. And I think it only took up about what was that, 20% of the bag, maybe 25%. So as you can see there, again, the bucket was real clean. So I've emptied out the bag, I've cleaned it out a little bit, and then I put it back in. So now I've basically recycled my fleece bag. So that's pretty cool. Now, in hindsight, do I want to do this every time? I'm not sure about that. And honestly, I am amazed at how much dust can get collected into these fleece bags. So again, I'm not sure I'm going to do this ever again, the recycling, and just buy them and throw them away, because obviously it looks like my fleece bags are going to last me well within a month or two. So yeah, I'm just vacuuming back up and starting it all over. So we'll see. Time will tell if I'm going to do the recycling method there, or if I'm just going to invest in, maybe a bag a month. Well, all in all, I am so pumped that I finally invested in a dust extractor that's professional. I can hook it up to my power tools. We can bring it outside and vacuum our vehicles super easy. I can take it inside if I've got any home projects. It is awesome. I should have bought one a long time ago. Well, hey, I'm going to link to a few models below in case you can't find this one and you want to upgrade. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. And you guys are awesome. See you next time.